What is up, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic Sunday morning today. I'm having a great day so far. I cannot wait to break down this Iron Condor in this video and kind of what led me to make these decisions, my thought process. But I appreciate all the support as always. If you woke up this morning, you're winning. If you woke up this morning, make sure you hit the like button, comment below, and also consider subscribing. You can also find some links down in the description. My music's down there, the link to the Discord, free stocks through Robinhood. You guys already know the deal already. But let's hop into the SPY Iron Condor, and we'll start with the call credit side. As you guys can see right here, I made $274 just on the call credits, and then I made another $80 if we hop over here. $80 on the put side, and then we'll jump into the strikes, why I chose them, and how you guys can also look at opportunities like this. Since we're in a low VIX environment, I was more comfortable playing the call spreads this week as we're very overextended on my charts that I use. When the VIX is this low, right, like 16, 17, even closing in on almost being in the $15 range, and we're so used to 25, 23, 27 all throughout most of last year, I'm not as worried about waking up and seeing that, you know, the market's down 2%, right, with the VIX being this low, or that the market's even up 2%, right, to where you would be getting tested on your strikes by like Wednesday or something, and say you entered your positions on Monday. So I started to fill these contracts on Monday at around noon, as I always like to wait till noon to see if the market ever picks a direction, just so that I'm not in put spreads and then the market drops 1%, or if I was in call spreads because we've opened flat or up 0.5% and then we continue to rise. I think around noon is still a good time to get in if the volume's there and you get a good fill. So I filled these right here for $9 a pop, and I got 20 of them, and it was a $2 spread, so that there is 4.5% on the week. And then the put spreads is what added the extra 1.6% to my return this week. So even right here, I entered these with a 90.7% chance of profit by expiration. So at that time, right, where the price was, where the VIX was, and then of course we have theta to chunk the contracts away every day. And this worked out really well. By Wednesday, I was at 90%, and then Friday is when it got a little rocky. Towards the end of the day when we started to rock it, this went from about 100% to 50, and then back to expiring at 100%. So yeah, it would have been nice to close these at 90% on Wednesday, maybe look for a new position. But at that point, I figured why not hang on? We got another 2 days left, and then I can walk away with max profit and then earn over 6% on the week, which was the goal. And then you guys can see here, I filled a couple other ones. This one was filled at 10, so I got 5 of them at 10 right there. So that worked out really well. I mean, that's a 5% return on your collateral by me just waiting, what was that, 30 more minutes? So I got a nice fill there, and then did I get an even better fill? Yeah, at 11. I got a couple at 11 at 12:30. So I added a little bit more and thought I'm really comfortable with 29 contracts. That's $5,800 in collateral. I usually run about 6,000 a week on SPY, and then I was also trying to fill some on SPX on my TOS account, but they weren't filling. I don't know if it was just the volume or if the mark price I was going for, they just didn't want to give it to me there, which is fine. You know, I already got to pay the commission to get into the trade, but I got the good call spreads and put spreads. And then as you guys can see here on the 13th, which was Tuesday at 12:30, I entered some very safe put spreads. For 4 credit, the VIX had dropped like 3% from Monday into Tuesday, so the premium already had gotten sucked out of these things, and my call spreads were already doing really well. So I hopped in, I grabbed the 401, 399, because I think we're very extended, so I wanted to protect myself even further on the low end. I think SPY was trading at 412 when I bought these, so I gave myself $11 worth of runway to the downside just to protect myself. And I'll take the extra 80 bucks. I didn't have to put up any additional collateral because it's an Iron Condor. If you have the call side already, or if you already have the put side and you go to add the opposite, right? So if you have the call and you go to add the put, or if you have the put and you go to add the call, you don't have to put up any additional collateral until the collateral amount that you're putting up exceeds the 5,800, right? So my 5,800 that I had put up, as long as I stay within the amount of contracts with the spread width. So I did did the $2 width here. I grabbed 20 of them, which would have taken $4 in collateral. I said, you know what, I'm comfortable here. I know I could grab a couple more. I could scale in with 29 just like I did on the other side, but I wanted to protect myself from any downward movement. And as you guys saw, we got very volatile at the end of the day on Wednesday, and I was comfortable. My puts though had risen. They were pretty close to full profit by then as well, just overnight like that. So yeah, I could have probably I could have gotten riskier, right, and went with the 403 or 404, but I picked the 90% probability chance on this side too. I was more looking for that, can I get over 6% on my money this week? What's the safest way for me to do that so I don't have to constantly watch the market? As I stated earlier, with the VIX where it is now, I plan on continuing to run Iron Condors. As we started the week here on the 12th, it started at 411.64. The expected move for the week was 50 points on the SPX, which equates to roughly 5 points on SPY or SPY. So we opened at 411.64 and we closed the week out at 416.80, which was right within that expected move for the week. So I played outside both sides of the expected move and felt very confident and comfortable in my positions. I didn't even check futures, I think maybe one time, and that was just to see if any news had come out. Sometimes late at night, I like to check that, especially if we have any events coming up. So I was checking that, no news or anything too dramatic came out, and we had a nice little gap up from the 14th to the 15th and then continued to ride sideways. So I always keep that in mind too when I'm in these credit spreads. Hopefully next week I can go in with a little bit more on this Iron Condor, maybe like 8,000, and then I'm gonna try to make both sides as equal, and we'll see if we can pull, you know, maybe a 6.5% return out of the week. Maybe 7, but I don't wanna get too greedy because that's always when the market likes to fight back at you, is when you try to get more money out of it. It's like, hey, you should have did what you were doing, man. Now your emotions are in it, and guess what? You're getting tested. How are you gonna handle this? Oh, you're not gonna handle it the same way that you normally would because you're getting tested now? All right, let's see how this works out for you. You know, and the market loves to do stuff like that to us. So another successful week with trading, another $500 week. I had my other cash secured puts and covered calls, take care of the rest for what I wanted to earn. But I took a total of 354 bucks off of 5,800 in collateral, and we can hop over to the calculator for that real quick. If we take 354, we divide that by 5,800, you guys can see I had a 6.1% return on the week. So I'm very happy with that. I hope we have another week that's that good next week. That's gonna be everything for me in this video. If you guys wanna follow me on Instagram, the link is below in the description. I appreciate all the support. So many videos coming out in the future. The market has just been roaring. I hope your guys' positions have been doing great. My goal for 500 a week is still intact. I may be upping it soon, but we'll see. It all depends on my comfortability, kind of where the market is. I would like for us to revert back to the mean a little bit more on the big index funds, but I know we've been printing a lot of money and there's been a lot of bullishness as of lately because of a lot of the jobs reports and with vaccines getting distributed. So I'm kind of keeping that in mind as well, but that's gonna be everything for me. I hope you guys have been doing fantastic, and I will see you guys in the next video.